Boko Haram currently attacking two communities in Borno. Militants from the Islamic State-backed faction of Boko Haram, ISWAP, formerly known as Jamaat, okay, basically Boko Haram, are currently attacking Goza, and Wugo towns in Borno State. Sahara reporters gathered that the insurgents invaded towns, shooting sporadically as residents flee into the mountains for safety. Goza is about a 180-kilometer drive from Maiduguri, the state capital. It is also the hometown of Senator representing Borno South, Ali Ndume, who is chairman Senate Committee on the army. Wugo town is located very close to the coast of Chad. The latest attack is coming barely 24 hours after insurgents attacked the Nigerian army location at 156 Battalion in Mainok area, Borno State, killing over 30 soldiers. Mainok is the headquarters of the Kaga local government area of Borno State. Sahara reporters gathered that the terrorists, who came in no fewer than 15 gun trucks, also burnt down the military base. Boko Haram and its offshoot Islamic, basically ISWAP, have killed thousands and displaced millions in northeastern Nigeria. Sahara reporters gathered that soldiers were on patrol to clear some Boko Haram elements in the area, following a credible intelligence when they were ambushed by the group. It's just like, how can I think it's just so sad, because it's like, how can, like, okay, I don't want to say Boko Haram are sort of strangers, but how can somebody know your land more than you when they ambush you and you're not prepared? You know what I mean? It's just, it's very sad. But again, it's like, what would you think? Do you think that it should be like a whole migration of north? I mean, yeah, with the way things are, I don't even think that the northern people have anywhere to run to, because some southern states are just like, hell no. And Fulani and Hausa is just out of their dictionary. But if they, then you can argue that if they did all come and migrate to the south, then Boko Haram will have to come to the south and it will be a whole other issue. But yeah, I just don't know. Like, are they scared? What are they scared of? Like, because, not to be mean, like, the probability of their death is very high comparison to if they live in the south. So it's like, you can do something and you can die, or you might not be as active and you still die. So it's like, again, death is for everybody. You can't run away from it. It is humbling, all right? But I just think that if it's death that they're scared of, like, you're highly likely to die any moment from now, whether you're being kidnapped, whether you're being bombed, or you're being invaded or ambushed. So it's like, you're not safe either way. So you might as well just have a revolution and die for a cause. Is that very harsh? Because at the end of the day, it's like, what is there to live for if you can't enjoy your country and you're not safe? So it's like, because I think that apart from death, I don't think there's any other big reason as to why no one would go and protest or anything else. I know it sounds harsh, but then do you want change? I mean, come on now. Like, where do you want to go? Can you afford to go get a citizenship in another country that can be revoked? Would you ever feel a sense of belonging that it is your land? You know what I mean? Power, again, is taken. Power is not given. And that's where your respect will come from. So it's not like, what is going on? Like, what are you planning to do? Because again, I think it's the same thing for the South as for the South as well. I just think that for the North, it should be a bit more intense, because they're suffering the most. And the youth are not doing anything. Everyone's just there. Everyone's just docile, except all these Boko Haram attacks are an exaggeration, because with the way they're so consistent, you'd expect that these people are fiery. They would get on social media. I mean, it's harder than it is. And obviously, I think this all just comes from the lack of understanding of how the North works, and especially for the fact that they're not mainly on social media, particularly Twitter. Because I think with Twitter, you can make things trend worldwide, and you'd know about causes real quick and what is happening in the world. So yeah, let's see what comments are here. Somebody says the president came back from London and said we should expect continuity. The journalist refused to ask him what sort of continuity. Continuity of banditry, kidnapping, Boko Haram. But then who are the journalists? You think they just let any journalist come in and ask any questions? Like, come on now. This is someone who literally cannot make a sentence by himself on his own accord. Someone said they deployed helicopters in Imo State where one or two individuals were killed, but sleep quietly when communities are being sacked. And I think that, okay, fine. As Southerners, we're thinking your priorities and hypocrisy is really jumping out here. But as a Northerner, shouldn't you be even violated and be like, we are going through something worse than them? But then you are literally attacking and wasting so much energy and resources in trying to attack the Southeast. Like, no one asked. Really. So I think that, I don't know, I'm just expecting this ball and this wrath and this anger from the northern people. But it's just nowhere to be found. It's so unfathomable sometimes, because it's just like are we like, is it an exaggeration? Like, are these killings not happening? Like, are they just not, do they just not care? I just don't know how to, I don't know how to describe it, because you'd expect, I don't even know. Somebody says this country is bleeding, and our so-called leaders and politicians aren't even doing anything to stop this evil. They're all intimidated. I think they're all intimidated by the world powers. And second of all, they are very greedy. They are very selfish. They suffer from the same selfish mentality that we all suffer from, but they just have power to inflict it more. They understand what it is to work hard and go through hardship, like unnecessary hardship. They understand that, and I think it's a sickness in terms of how you want to inflict pain on your brothers. It doesn't make sense. A lot of self-worth issues that we need to tackle, because it does not make sense. Why don't you have a sense of pride and belonging to be, let's say, a world power in terms of, let's say, being known for something? Maybe it's entertainment, as we're being known for now. But like, there's no drive to be like, Nigeria is known for this. This giant of Africa thing is so overrated. Like, calm down. Like, giant of what? Giant of corruption? Maybe we're leading the way. That's what they mean. But to say giant of Africa for what? The Africa itself is being looted, being exploited, so are we the giant of that? Is that what they're trying to say? Doesn't make sense. Very, very sad. But I don't even know, man. Someone says, perfect way to get married in the north, send any intruder to go register NIN. So this person puts a couple holding a gun as they're getting married. I don't even think this is legal or even makes sense. But yeah, put I think comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.